Hi everyone, I'm going to show you this evening via some photographs I took today of a process that I did to put in new ribbons into a Bible. So I'll show you on the computer, just run you through the photos because I was doing it today and I got interrupted a few times, so this is the easiest way to show you briefly how I change ribbons in my Allen's Brevier Clarendon, because the ribbons were dark blue. I found them really hard to see. They're a little bit short, so I purchased some ribbons in different colours that I thought might go with this navy blue Bible, and so I chose 4, and they're in the exact same width that were originally in the Bible, but I changed the colours to something that I really liked. So anyway, this is how I did it. So just line you up on my computer, get you focused. Now I start with this one here. We'll start here and go back with the colours that I originally bought in the correct widths. So they're on the starting from the right to the left. There was an aqua blue, then there's a mint green, then an ivory cream, and then a pink. And I didn't know what colour would go with the Bible until I went through the process, and that was, these were still on the roll and I just put them through the Bible to have a little look to see if I liked the colour of each of the ribbons and what ribbons I was going to use. And so they're the colours I chose because the Bible had 3 ribbons, navy ribbons. So I went with the ivory, the mint and the pink, with the ivory starting in the New Testament, the green, the mint in around the Psalms and Proverbs, and the pink for the New Testament. And that was still on the roll, showing them hanging out of the Bible, because I was trying to decide whether I liked them, and I did, and I just wanted to sort of be sure it looked okay. So this is the process I went through, and so I put the Bible on my desk. There's a green shape under there, and that's my glasses case. So I put something sort of lumpy underneath it to just help raise and arch the spine and to separate the headband. And so what I use is a pop stick. It's blunt and perfectly safe to use and put down there without breaking or cutting. That's my pop stick, and I use that to do the gluing as well. So I will carefully separate the top, across the top under the spine where the stitching is, as carefully as possible, and sort of prise it undone. It's a little bit slow, but it's worth being painstaking about it. That's just showing the green support underneath of my glasses case. And then so I've loosened the top against the stitching, but to loosen the headband from the ribbons can be quite difficult, can be quite sort of, because it's glued in. So I used a pair of a pair of tweezers to pull down without tearing the headband, because there's not a lot there to hang on to loosen the below the ribbons, because I've loosened above the ribbons. I have to now loosen below the ribbons, and I'm getting there. And then the next thing is to cut the ribbons out. Now that's quite fiddly, and I've got these sewing scissors. They're very fine and pointy and sharp, and I'm very careful. It's not something I can snip immediately. I snip a couple of times to get each one out, and then and you do everything you can to not touch the gilding. So I've got them out, and you can see a little bit of blue ribbons. That's as close as I could get. but not to worry because the new ribbons will cover that up. So I hang the new ribbons on there, hung them on there to have a look and see if I still like the colours. And there I have to place them now. So I put them put them in each about 3 centimetres in, you know, a reasonable amount to put in. And then I use, in Australia, the Selleys PVA Aquadear. It's just a wood glue, it's just a white plastic glue, it goes clear. And that's me putting a little drop on my, you see I've taken the ribbons out, cut them out, and I'm putting a drop of glue, not too much at a time, on the end of my pop stick. And I've glued them in, and now I need to rest it upside down, and after a little while I can cut those ribbons at right angles. I think that's kind of goes like that actually, with a knife, and press it down with a nice steel ruler or a good hard ruler and hold them tight and cut them firmly. And that's how they look now. That's how long I did them, and that's them in there. Now I've re-glued them a bit since then to, you can see the X ribbons there, a little bit of navy, and so I had to add a little bit of glue under here. They're my tools. There's the ribbons out, and my 3 tools: tweezers, scissors and pop stick. So you don't need much, you just need to be gentle. Now that's it on my desk here. Looking down on top of it, I've got a thick Bible there and a couple of Bibles against it here on my desk to have it upright, so that the glue is down and that it can sit there for a couple of hours. And it looks like that. So I've got it here and it's resting in there, sort of wedged in, so that the glue can dry nicely on the ribbons. That's just a photo of it with a flash sitting on top. It says Brevia Clarendon sitting on top of the 53 long primer. So they're both Allen's full Yap Bibles, and you've seen them in my reviews. That's the ivory ribbon in Genesis, and I put that in there first because of the purity of the ivory, the purity of the Word of God, and in the beginning, and that ribbon will go to up to Psalms, where I have the mint green one in Psalms, and that will go right through the New Testament until the Old Testament, I beg your pardon, to the New Testament. I hope I've said that right, yeah. So the cream and the mint are for the Old Testament, and the pink and the mint is like growth, green, life. That's why I've got it in Psalms and onwards into the rest of the Old Testament. And in the New Testament I'm using the pink, and for love and peace, which is typically for, but they're just really pretty colours to me. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out as a job, and it takes patience, and you want to be careful with what you're doing. And if that's been of some help to you, I'm very happy to show you how I changed ribbons in a Bible. Anyway, thanks for watching. God bless.